this evening in the startup world. But let's talk and put focus on one of these such startups, and that is Cred. Cred has been in this startup world and business for a while now. Now, what Cred has actually done, they've introduced a new vehicle management system which is for its members, and this is through the launch of Cred Garage. Now, the fintech unicorn is actually entering into this management service, vehicle management service space. What does this mean for them? How is it going to work out for them? My colleague Sumit Chaturvedi actually managed to speak to Kunal Shah, understand the thought process behind this as well. Let's go cross and listen in.
Cred, as you know, as a platform, has had a simple view that create rewarding experiences for good behavior for our members on the platform, and through which create a more frictionless world for them. And we have done that in financial services, bill payments, credit card bills, and we thought it probably is with the customer overlap with our members who own a credit card having a passenger car or car was quite high. And we thought, what if we can extend this to the vehicles as well? So what we do is allow people to kind of maintain a good history around that, create good behavior, look at challan, look at PUC, maintain the documents in one place. And eventually, the idea is to kind of really keep building more features on top of that. At least this cohort of customers and our members specifically care about cars a lot more. So we saw that it's a quite an interesting category to get into, and nobody we thought was kind of aggregating all of these things that are all over the place, right? And we are already seeing in our day of launch like so many positive tweets about it. People are discovering the challans and paying them off on the platform. People are discovering some things about their insurance and so on and so forth. So we believe that it's a single place where anything to do with your car will be able to manage and kind of keep enhancing and creating more features through our partners across the ecosystem.
And Kunal, how is it different from other apps which are also planning to provide or providing such services? So how is it different from such other apps and services?
I think car as a category may not be a product that is used as frequently. So I think what we have noticed is that high frequency apps like Cred, which is used quite a lot, almost on a daily basis by many of our members, it becomes easy to track all the things in one place. And if you can create more categories of products where they can track all their versions of assets or money in one place, it becomes super easy in many ways. In terms of differentiating, we are kind of taking many different things that exist through the public infrastructure and kind of making it easily accessible to members in one place. And I think while many companies are building on the public infrastructure that exists, I think creating a unique experience to have it all of it in one place and creating a frictionless way of accessing that. I think that's because of our fintech and UPI experience, we're able to kind of create a much more frictionless experience.
And what's your business proposition behind this? Definitely users will get benefit of this, but how do you make money out of it?
So if you look at our platform, historically, what we've done is we've made it easy for our members to manage a lot of things on the platform, get rewarded for good behavior, but also make it easy for many brands, BFSI partners to come and cross-sell on our platform. So we create a platform for a lot of insurance companies to cross-sell, a lot of BFSI companies to kind of cross-sell on our platform. And that remains our business model. And we believe that a car will become a very important category, be it in insurance, be it other categories that the brands will eventually want to engage, it's an important high engagement category that we believe that all our monetization partners will appreciate and kind of offering their services to create a seamless experience for our members.
And as an extension of this, I just want to ask a question. Would you ever look at getting into the sale and purchase of maybe the reused cars or old cars or new cars? Are you planning to get into that sphere also? Because many of the apps are providing that service, selling and buying old and new cars.
Sumit, we are on day one of our launch, so hard to say what we will do and not do going forward. But the idea is very simple. As long as we can create differentiated, superior experience, we'll expand the roadmap as the consumers or our members demand from us. And as long as we can create a superior experience, we'll build it.
focus a bit about the general startup space in India, Kunal. How do you see the overall, though you are unicorn and doing quite well, how do you see the overall startup sphere in India currently?
I think, Sumit, this is our uh, first ever uh, large scale startup revolution that has happened in India, and I think we have decades of startups to be done. Startups by design are innovative, fast, and also have let's say high mortality rate. So what you will notice is if you look at the global stats, like 90% of startups don't even make it. But I think that's what we are changing culturally. We are becoming a nation which is innovating fast. The public infrastructure of the government is helping create so many new opportunities. So 10 years ago, all of us barely used app to manage our lives. Now, imagining to live our life or spend our time or time spent is all on the apps now. And I think startups will play a big role. Innovation quotient has dramatically changed. There are second time, third time founders in the ecosystem. India is a very attractive market for a lot of investors to invest in. A lot of global companies are very interested in building in India. So we're going to see a decade of extraordinary innovation and acceleration on almost all dimensions of our consumers that are interacting with any business. And I don't think any traditional business can afford to not be a tech business anymore. So I don't know where the line of startup starts and a big company ends.
Yes, and a bit something about the funding winter that has always been at the top of mind of people. About you, funds are sufficient. Funds would be there, I suppose. What are your plans as far as looking at raising any fresh funds? What about the funds at your end?
So we have been well capitalized. We have very supportive investors who are very long term about the company. We have very strong investors who are very long in the public markets, also on our cap table. I believe that the funding winter is a trend that will continue every few years. We'll have winter, summer that will keep changing. But as long as the companies are innovating, building at scale, we have to just think about one factor. In the US, around 20-25% of the market cap of the US stock market is probably tech companies. In India, it's less than 5% today. And if you have to imagine, when we get to our journey of $10 trillion economy, we have to imagine many tech companies will make it to that particular thing. And it'll be, it's hard to predict who will be in that 10-year journey, but one can expect that there'll be many companies who will make it very big in times to come.
One last question on you on the space. Again, we have seen some difficulties that are visible in unicorn space now. Some unicorns like Byju's is facing much difficulties. Do you have any comment to make here? Any learnings from here? Any lessons you take from here?
I mean, it's very hard for me to comment about other companies that I don't know much about, but I can tell you one thing, that we have a very resilient startup ecosystem, very strong investor support in the ecosystem. Every now and then we'll have some turbulence, but I can tell you the future is much more efficient and much more tech.
Thank you, Kunal, for giving your time to us, and thank you very much once again, and wish you all the very best for your new app. I'm for sure going to download it because I'm very much interested in automobiles and all these things. Thank you once again, Kunal.
Thank you so much.